She was more than just a pretty face. She was born in Brussels, Belgium. Her mother was a Dutch noblewoman, and her father sadly left her family abruptly in the 1930s to support the fascist party in England, which caused a great deal of trauma to herself and the rest of her family. Her mother moved her and her brothers to Arnhem, Netherlands right before World War II. She bounced between Kent, England for her education and Arnhem to be with the rest of her family. She officially moved back to Arnhem when England declared war on Germany in 1939. This would be in hopes that the Netherlands would remain neutral like they did in World War I. But sadly, that was to no avail. During this time, she took up ballet, and shortly after, when she started her ballet lessons, Nazi Germany occupied the Netherlands. She had to change her name for her safety because people with two English-sounding names faced violence in the Netherlands during that time. To resist the German occupation, she held private concerts to gain money for the Dutch resistance against the Nazis. She also spread messages for the Allies, volunteered for hospitals, and her family even hid troops during battles at Arnhem. She witnessed atrocities of Jewish people being transported from the Netherlands to concentration camps and for labor camps. She and her family suffered greatly during D-Day, suffering both from famine and from financial devastation during the Nazi occupation. She and her family would have to move to Amsterdam after the war. After the war, with her looks, her ballet abilities, and beautiful singing, she switched between being a dancer, a model, and eventually she became an amazing actress. Her roles were small at first, of course, but eventually she landed a major role in the movie Roman Holiday. She had everything for the role. Even the director of the film said she had everything. She was charming and beautiful and innocent, and she even had a sense of humor. She was destined to be an amazing actress. This was only the beginning of her long and amazing acting career. She was one of only 14 entertainers to have won an Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, and Tony, and she is the first woman ever to do that in acting history. She was renowned for her personal style and beauty. She was added to the International Best Dress list in 1961. But she was so much more than her acting career. She was more than just a pretty face and an actress. From the 1950s, she narrated radio programs for UNICEF to retell stories of children who suffered during World War II and had war stories. She was appointed as a Goodwill Ambassador to UNICEF in 1989. She did humanitarian work to show her thanks to the organization for helping her while her and her family struggled during World War II. She provided food to starving children in Africa. She helped immunization efforts in Turkey. She helped to provide food for countries torn by civil war in Africa and South America in 1989. She worked to provide immunization and clean water in Vietnam in 1990. And her last humanitarian visit happened in Somalia, where she tried to help provide aid, food, and recovery for a country that only needed hope for peace, for political safety. And she did all of that because they did that for her. She was awarded feverishly for her awards, but is not what she is known for. This woman is Audrey Hepburn, a beautiful woman that should be known for just more than having a pretty face. She was a humanitarian, a mother, a freedom fighter, and philanthropist. She was a lover of children and far more than just an actress. Audrey Hepburn was more than just a pretty face. She was grace.